todos. Welcome back to Seville. Welcome back to the alleys of Seville. One of the things I'm really enjoying doing when I'm over here is wandering these alleyways. It's Friday night. This place is rocking. Last Friday was not really that busy. And some people had suggested it was because of the cold temperatures. Cold temperatures. Went down to like 16 or whatever. Not at all rubbing it in. Anyway, it was irregularly cold. And so it was suggested that most people would have just stayed home. And I guess that's true because there's a bunch of people out now. Trying to find a quiet spot just to take these videos was something else. I walked a lot more than I wanted to, which is funny because, and it leads me to talking about today, because today was going to be the do nothing day. I was going to catch up on things. I was going to relax. I was going to sleep in. I was going to see how my body felt. And that's what it started out as, definitely. And sure enough, I slept in and I had an extra cup of coffee, and then realized I needed to go get coffee, and so decided to do that. And so, of course, once I went out and got coffee, I realized there was a couple of errands I could run. And I wound up doing one of the coolest things I've ever done. I remember seeing this somewhere in part of the research of coming here about this convent where there's nuns who are hidden away from society, but they sell baked goods. And so what they do is they have a little kind of lazy Susan, dumbwaiter kind of thing that you go in, they yell at you and ask you what you want. You tell them, and then you give the money, and then it spins around and out comes your pastries, which is really cool. I really wanted to do that for two reasons, because it's cool. I thought it'd be fun. And I love to support like fun little things like that. But also, it really seems like something I wouldn't do, right? Because you're going into this place and you're unsure, or I'm unsure of how to do things. My Spanish is not good. I've been trying to play that Duolingo to pick up on the language, but as much as I think I'm doing better, I'm not when forced to actually use it. So I just thought it was going to be hard. It was going to be a thing. Like, what am I going to order? Am I going to know what to order? And so there's a lot of excuses not to do it. But eventually I just, I walked in the little door. Some nun yelled at me from the other side, and I told her I wanted the almond cookies. And it worked out. It was a lot of fun, and very, very cool to try. So I did that today. And the almond cookies are really good. Incidentally, for another video, I'm going to have to talk about the connection between the Netherlands and Spain. Mainly because, as a lot of you out there know, my father was born in the Netherlands. My family has a connection. We go back, regularly. I'm hoping to go back soon. And of course, Spain controlled the Netherlands for a good long period, and there was some, fighting back and forth. But there's a lot of things that are very similar with the two cultures. And people keep telling me it's a coincidence or whatever, like croquettes, for example. And these almond cookies, you'd swear they were Dutch. But anyway, when I know more, I'll talk about it a little more. Anyway, once I got my coffee and I got my almond cookies from the nuns, my nun cookies, which are so good at some point there's going to be none left. Yeah. Once I did all that, I decided I was going to go to the market. And what better relaxing day activity would be to go to the market, get the supplies, and learn how to make paella, or try to recreate what I learned in the cooking class. And so make paella for myself. And, got some great supplies. Everything looked fantastic, a lot of veggies. So not only just supplies for the meal, but I got a bunch of other supplies. I even bought myself a paella pan. Incidentally, did you know, fun fact, paella is named after the dish that you created it. So for example, if you were to call the dish a paella pan, technically you're saying pan, but it's called paella, the pan. And so whatever you make from that pan, that's paella. How did it turn out? I think pretty well. It wasn't too bad. Not as good as in the cooking class. I don't know if I made this dish for anybody else, I would have convinced them that paella was a great thing, or that I'm a good cook. But it worked out. It was very delicious, and it was a hearty meal. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, I think that's a win. Yeah, and so that was my day. And then I decided to go take some photos. And, lo and behold, I'm at like 20,000 steps. And I wasn't supposed to do anything today. I'm really tired now. Oh, and I noticed that the sunset was looking really nice. So I got the drone out. And I was able to get a little bit of drone time in. I got some really cool shots. Hopefully they turn out. We'll see that. So, that's what happens when you have a nice day. So those are the kinds of things you can do on a nice day that you decide to do nothing. And I'm very, very tired, but good, satisfying tired from a nice, fun day. So, Seville, really enjoying it. Anyway, I hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm doing well. It's actually getting quite warm. So I hope it's warming up for you guys as well. I hope you're entertained by these alley walks. And I hope you are able to go on your own adventures. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love it if you could subscribe, maybe give me a like. Really, really helps out, and helps me make more videos. So with that, let's figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. But I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Good night, everyone.